Hey everybody, good day and good energy to y'all. So in this video, it's gonna be a little. I want to talk about Joy and my feelings for her, and kind of where I'm at in the whole situation because she's got a lot going on in her life, and I realize that the whole nature of our relationship in terms of knowing each other on YouTube and this and that, because she streams, you know, pretty often and she has long streams. She's been doing it for a long time, very consistently. I've gotten a chance to get to know her, and many other people have too. And in the process, it's I can see how it can make things difficult if you're really trying to connect with these people because you're sitting here from a perspective of it's a very voyeuristic you know, role to play watching somebody else live out their life and express themselves, and you being, separate from them, you know. And so, we're sitting here experiencing, her, talking about her experiences and, we're learning about her and essentially absorbing, her knowledge and her energy and all this and that. It is what it is. You're doing it wherever you are, whatever you're doing, and so we're becoming more familiar with her. We're beginning to know her better, and develop a relationship. Our subconscious, even without even knowing it, is like getting to know her, and it's these are areas in our brain that we've paid a lot of attention to, and so they grow. But she, and this is for anybody who live streams, and I mean, it's a different experience being the person who is live streaming, and in regards to an audience member. You're they're watching you. You're the MC of the channel. You're leading the way. It's your face up there. And speaking and being present in that type of manner is much more expressive, I think, than just typing in the comments section. It's like levels of communication. You start by watching, and then you get into the comments section, and then you start making videos. And she's been streaming for so long, and she streams for so long, and she's so good at speaking her mind, so fluently, and she's so passionate about what she speaks about, and it's very relevant to, not that it's so relevant, it's so powerful to those that it does relate to, because it's so truthful. I mean, she speaks the truth from her heart, and it, you know, at least I feel like she's very authentic in doing so, and that's attractive. The truth is very attractive, especially, you know, um, in times when so much stuff is fake. So I think, these things and many other things goes into the reason why so many people are drawn to her channel, you know. But I also wanted to just spend some time and talk on, just what happens when, just the relationship between a fan and, a so-called celebrity, or somebody who's making content, somebody who's just watching the content. And it's just the interaction isn't as level as it would be if you guys were both in the present talking with one another. So and I realize that America is now, and the world too at large, has developed into this way of living. And I'm just seeing how just it's been difficult for me to communicate with her. And I feel like a lot of the difficulties in me just even you know, being able to share with her who I am, and, like, why I have interest in her, why I care about her and these things. It's been difficult because, because we are, on the internet, and the way that I've gotten to know her is by watching, and, I've spent a long time watching her, so I feel like I know her, but she doesn't know me really at all. So, I come in all strong, or people come in all, I mean, I'm saying I've done this, and I feel like maybe other people have too, come on all strong, thinking that, feeling like they know her, because they do know her, because they've spent a lot of time watching her, but I can see how it could be very uncomfortable and off-putting and creepy for her to receive that from strangers. But, maybe one thing maybe we should try to realize a little bit, clearer, is just how much she's sharing with the world. How much she's offering people. Like, that's a lot of knowledge about you. and it's a lot of intimate knowledge too. So a lot of it's the type of knowledge you wouldn't learn about somebody unless you were in a really deep relationship with them. So because she's sharing all this deep stuff with the world, and this is stuff that I do too. So I'm talking about myself in some ways. It does kind of, it's an interesting play on the subconscious and the observer, because normally we wouldn't be learning about this type of stuff from other people unless they were really deeply involved in our life and we knew them. So I can see how it messes with the subconscious and making me feel like I know her and I have this serious connection and this relationship with her. I feel that way, but yet she feels the exact opposite and is actually repelled by these feelings that I have. And it's I think a lot of it has to do again with just the overall nature of how we interact with each other, and her speaking her heart and being so intimate with it and just throwing it all out there and doing it so long and so consistently, and then there's people like us who are drawn to the truth, are drawn to expression, are drawn to the things that she talks about and who she is, and all these things, and in the process we develop affection, attraction, a relation with what she says. But again, it's like a one-sided relationship because she's not really interacting with us at all the same way that we're interacting with her. So I can see how imbalances are created. And for me, in my perspective, it's difficult because I really have I'd really like to care for her and learn about her life, and try to see what type of a relationship we could possibly have. But because of the way that I've been introduced to her and things have played out, there's this element that's strange and creepy, and she kind of sees me as a weirdo, and I totally get it because I've come across very strong and with some serious feelings and talking about these things, and it's, to me it feels normal because it's like I care about her, like I'm just sharing things that I really feel inside. It doesn't feel creepy to me, but to her I could see how it would be creepy because she doesn't know me and she is just making videos online, and to receive that type of attention from somebody that she doesn't know, if I were to receive that from somebody and not knowing them, I could see how it could be very strange and off-putting. So I totally get that. And I'm at kind of a strange place in my life because I don't know, I also feel compelled to communicate and to share with her and to express who I am to her. And I see that she's also going through kind of a hard time with stuff that's gone on in her life, and again, I feel a desire to want to be there for her and to just do whatever I can, even if it's just to listen and try and be supportive of her. But I also got to be respective of the nature of our relationship now, and how she sees me, and be patient, and also be okay with the fact that it may never turn into anything other than it is now, and to know that out of everything, I want to make sure that she's okay and not feeling threatened and harassed by me, because she's obviously got a lot on her plate, and I'm trying to really help her, not hurt her. So I got to be careful in how I tread this relationship, and let her know that I'm here if she wants to communicate and wants somebody to listen and learn more about and whatever. But also at the same time, to respect that she's dealt with a lot of this type of, strangers and stalkers and just a lot of different people who are attracted to her and feel these really strong feelings, about her because they've been watching her for, who knows how long, but it could be for a very long time, even just a little bit of time, but it doesn't take much, for people like her, because they're so powerful, just a few minutes can be enough to draw you in. There's not very many people like her on the internet or in real life, that are that authentic, that are that committed to the truth and expressing themselves, and, not going along with the norm just because everybody else goes along with it. A true, just somebody who stands up for the truth as they see it and isn't afraid to express it or admit it, and, is been through a lot, and is also very truthful and expressive about that. So it's a very it's a very good thing to see, and I can see how for a lot of people who wish to be more, to know themselves more and be able to express themselves more, it's a good thing. It's an attractive thing to see. It's very inspiring. I know for my own self, it's helped me talk about my own self and share, the good and the bad. Because she's also a very good example of not sugarcoating stuff and just being very authentic with everything, how it really is. And especially here in America, we live in a time when so much of our reality is nice and put this nice image, and things, we're told to just be nice to each other and, don't be too truthful, and, or you have to be polite, and which is good to be polite and have manners and all this and that, but it's not good to be two-faced. If you're really going to love somebody, then, you have to really, come to an agreement of what that word love is, and to really care about people. Are you really going to want to listen to how I feel inside? Am I allowed to share my emotions? Am I allowed to be me? Or do I just have to follow these rules because you tell us I have to? So these are kind of the double standards that we're grown up with here in America, and it can mess with your head. It has messed with our heads, and I'm just realizing that there's a lot of different factors that come into play, in shaping of a human being in a whole moment, in a situation, a scenario. So you're dealing with things from the past, things in the immediate now, projections that have been sent to the future that are coming back. That there's a lot of different things going on with each and every moment. So, but I got a little off topic. I really wanted to just kind of send a message to joy, and also the world, or at least maybe be an example for the world on ways that in case other people are dealing with similar issues as I am, to try to fix, things. Because I recently just sent her a message, saying, like, for the record, I do care about you, because she was talking on her live stream today about, people not caring about her, or these men who said that they care, and, how nobody was there, listening to her speak about, the uglier things in her life. And, I'm hearing her say these things as somebody who feels like they care about her, but she also had decided to block my ability to interact on her chat. So, like, as she's saying that, and I'm hearing it in the live, I still am not even able to tell her right then and there that I'm here, that I am listening, that I do care. Like, I didn't just turn away from this stream because she's talking about stuff that's painful in her life and that's difficult for her, even to hear too. It's not easy hearing about people talking about, going through some really sad stuff, bad stuff. I'm sure it's much worse, obviously speaking about it, having gone through it, but, it does take a lot of care and love and desire to want to help and see things through, if you're really, authentically truthful in your, and you caring for somebody else. Like, you really gotta, it takes a lot out of you to really sit there and listen and absorb and be attentive, and, not just, hear the words and let them fall out your ears, but to really, focus on what she's saying and the emotions that are behind it, and try to use your own experience to figure out a way to help navigate, her moment in a way that's healthy and healing, and might help shed some light. If you can't do that, just try to be there and, help uplift her mood and keep her from, continuing to spiral down if that's what's going on, or, keep her from harming herself or others, and maybe try to help, just help her out, whatever it is. See what the moment, you got to learn how to feel the moment out, listen to her, see what she needs, ask her, what can I help you out with? Like, what do you need help with? What would you like? Sometimes you just got to ask. It's another thing I know I got to get over, and, could be good for others to get over too, is, if you, this desire to help is good and great, but also ask what you can do to help the people. A lot of times I can jump into situations thinking I know what's best for the moment, so I'll offer that help, be like, hey, this is what you need to do, that's going to help the situation, and I'll be kind of even self-righteous in my, delivery of that message, thinking that I know what's best, so, I'm going to say it this way, that's the best way, and, it's very egotistical and cocky, and, it's also, I really don't, it's again me thinking I'm God in a sense, or I have this, most high view over everything, and I know what's best and right here and now, and laying that on the line. And it's good to just ask, what you can do to help out, and then when they answer you, a lot tells you about that answer. That tells you where they're at, what they think they need help with, and then from there you can help, navigate the situation. And if they are saying something that you feel is completely off base with actually helping them, well, then you can take the time to maybe discuss that with them. But when you come off with that super headstrong, oh, I know the right way, this and that, and just lay down the line like that, with that type of strictness and that type of totalitarianism, that can be very off-putting. That's feels kind of lacking in compassion and appreciation and just empathy for the moment. Just care for the moment. Like, we're quick to want to help people with our opinion and knowing what is right, which is good, but don't, I think it's skipping a step. I think first, let's help build the trust of the relationship. Let's help, establish an emotional bond and realize this person is in a place of suffering, and let's first meet them there and be like, yo, bro, I'm here. I see you're hurt, man. I want to help you out with that. Just kind of meet their hearts, do a little heart to heart, and kind of let them know that your heart's open and here to help them with what their heart's going through. Then you can ask them what they need help with, and then a lot of the times for me, when I'm going through something, it's not even so much that I'm getting the help. It's sometimes just knowing that people care that I'm in a hard situation. Like, that can make a big difference. Just knowing that somebody cares that, I'm struggling right now. Especially if you have friends and family and people that say they care about you, when you're hurting and stuff, it feels like that would be a good time for people who are supposed to care about you to lend a hand and to ask, and it is, if you do care about somebody and you see they're hurting and they're struggling, why not try to help out? Why not ask them? Why not see what's going on? Why not help shed some light and help lighten their load, because they're obviously a little bit more burdened than you are. If we're all together and we're all family here, then that's taking care of your family. That's the responsible thing to do. That's the harder thing to do. This word love, it's thrown around a lot, but it's really about making the harder decisions, the tougher decisions, the more challenging decisions in each and every moment. It's not about the easy decisions. It's the exact opposite in that. It's actually about, taking on the things that we don't want to take on. But once you start to develop a routine of doing that, your being becomes lighter, and if you continue on in that way, and you see, where it takes you, things will become remarkably easy, because you will have lightened your frequency. You will have a higher vibration or resonance about you, and that will help lift you up. And literally, your electrons and your molecules and all that will be vibrating at a much lighter level. So just everything will be easier. Literally, walking around, breathing, thinking, feeling, getting over challenges, all these things will become easier, because you will have thus, been, aligned more with love, more with taking care of things, more with light, more with help, more with, helping smooth things out and things flow like water, rather than, weighing things down and being parasitic and, vampiric and violence and all these heavier, darker, negative things which, drag one down. So, anywho, again, I'm sorry I wanted to kind of make it a short and sweet video, but it turned out to be a little bit more of a talky one, and it is what it is. But, again, back to Joy. I'm sorry, Joy, I'm sorry for, I felt like I got my feelings hurt a little bit. I'm still getting over my feelings being hurt, I guess. And, especially when I hear things like, I heard this morning in the live stream you did, and, I feel like I really do care, and if I could just get a chance to show you that I care, I think maybe you might see it too. And if not, then that's fine also, because, this is driving me crazy too. Like, I'm ready to move on with my life. I'm not in that bad of a spot. So it's like, if she really doesn't want anything to do with me, that's fine. And I'll move on and just continue on. Like, I don't want to be a stalker, somebody holding on to, some type of reality that's never really going to happen. But I do feel like there's something left that hasn't been done yet and said yet in my heart, and I want to at least explore that until I feel a little bit better about moving on, because I don't feel like enough's been laid out for that type of a movement to be proper right now. So, but again, if she makes it apparent to me that that's what she wants, then I will do that, and I will move on. But love's about perseverance and about not giving up, and I'm gonna listen to my heart and do what it's telling me, and that's to try to take care of her. So, anyways, I love you guys. Hope you have a good day. All right, bye.